my name's Brennan and I'm back again for another base building Rust, and today I have a mega Zerg base. This is designed for 24 plus people. The build cost is 200k stone, 50k metal with an upkeep of 68k stone and 40k metal once all 200 plus stores are added. So as I said, this is a Zerg base. It's designed for very large groups or modded servers. So don't be trying to build this if you're a two-man duo on vanilla. So now that's explained, we have a little heli tower on the top for fighting the heli with roof access, and then we have a balcony with more defensive positions, and then we have a shooting floor underneath. So the possibilities there are endless. So now that's shown, let's drop down to the front. We have anti-door camping measures. They are this and this, so if anybody's door camping, you just open them two up and let your auto turrets do the work. Then your main door is here, and on this base, as I said, there's over 200 garage doors. That's why I've left most of them open, just because it'd be aids for me to do this base tour with them all closed. So now the radar come through here, they've got to deal with all these garage doors, have fun with that, and just lead them round and round if they try the door approach. You've got some little drop boxes here for whatever you're doing, whatever you need, and these lead you around to your auto turret points as well. So now we open this up, and this brings us into our first line of defense from an online raid. We have peat downs as shown here, and basically what these do is they allow you to shoot down from a defendable position, and them shotgun traps going to kill the raiders hopefully. And if we progress through here, I'll show you how to get up onto these peat downs. So the trick is you've got to jump up onto here, and then you've got to open this garage door, and then you've got to do a skill jump here. Now I can do this, and I'm a disabled player, so anybody should be able to do this. Let's see whether I can get it first go. No, I can't. So I just use no clip instead. So we open this garage door up, and you can view both of them and look down. And before you say, oh, what's if they go up? It doesn't really matter. If they go up and come through here, it fares them no better than if they came through the ground floor. It gets them to exactly the same position. And then we have another peak down position up here, which requires a tricky little crouch jump, which Brendan can't do today because I'm disabled. So now we're on the level. As you look around, we've got all these little peak downs all the way around your loot ring. And what this does is it provides you with a nice defendable position that you can shoot and kill. You can also close these garage doors or open them to let raiders through and close it behind them and get them trapped in sections. So now let's no clip back up. And as you can see, we've got a nice little furnace area. We've got two of these on here, so that should be enough for all the metal you need. And then there's another one there, and then you have these peak downs assisted by auto turrets on all sides. So let's drop down and have a little look at the loot ring. Just boxes all the way around, defended by auto turrets on every direction. And then this leads you around to your TC area. And here we have the slanty roof trick, and basically the idea behind this is in a base, squares are a weakness, but adding this roof through it adds an extra wall. So basically to get to this TC, one metal wall, two metal wall, the same as these two triangles. So we've just evened it up, and this also adds a bit of upwards defense, so if anybody comes down, they've still got to deal with that. Then on it, but you've got to bear in mind with these, it's situational and they have to be used very lightly. If you stuck this all the way around your base, it wouldn't really fare you well, and it would be mega costly. Whereas if you only have 3 defending your TC light, so it's worth it. So as you can see, we've got loot rooms on both sides just for keeping sulfur, rockets and resources for topping up your TC there. Same on this side. So now we'll head back round to our outer loot ring, and we have a ladder hatch here, but we'll run all the way round to the front one. So now we're here, there's your ladder hatch, let's open it up. Every floor has 2 ladder hatches because, as I said, it's designed for 20 man plus, makes it a lot easier getting around. So now this door here, you can also use that to close off your peak down as we're shown below. So let me just go through, close this, and as you can see, your peak down is now nice and safe and inaccessible. So now we're back up here, let's go back over. You have loads of bags, just bags everywhere on this base. Respawn points on every floor. I'd recommend naming them all, you know, like first floor, second floor, third floor, roof, heli, tower, just to make your life easier. We've got a couple of unlootables there. Really gone for it on the boxes. There's boxes everywhere. And then we've got a little research and repair area over here, and a few more beds over this side. So let's head up this ladder hatch, which brings us to the front. We're going to stick to the front of the base rather than going east and west. So now this brings us on to another loot room, bed floor basically. We've opted for 6 boxes in each loot room on this floor rather than unlootables, and then you've got a few lockers there. So on the outside of here is your windows, so if you die, you spawn here, grab a gear set, grab a locker, and just get back out and continue the fight. So let's open this garage door up. We've got little slits on this side, and then windows all the way around the other side. You have 360-degree line of sight all the way around. Nobody's creeping up on you. So now let's find a door and head back into our core. So now we're in a core, and luckily we came through at the front, so let's take this ladder hatch up. Okay, so we have another respawn point with some loot rooms up here, just so if you die you can grab shit and get back out there. And as you can see, we've got a lot of boxes around here and a lot around the other side here near your ladder hatch, which both lead out onto your first balcony. So now we've got these little slope roofs, which are really nice for shooting down and checking the sides of your base like so, with the windows with a little box to get you a little bit more height to get round there. And then that is just the same 360 degrees around. We've got a couple of turrets in case anybody manages to get up and over these, they'll get shot by them. So now we'll progress around to a door and head back in. So now the ladder hatch now moves from the outside to the centre. That's to allow you to have your tower. And this is basically a chill out area, a bit of a meme floor. You can stick what you want here. If you want more loot, if you want more bags, stick it here. But this is just a nice little chill area, you know what I mean, for when you feel like memeing it up. So let's head up the next ladder hatch, which is conveniently placed on this table. And now you will find your heli tower. This is purely designed for fighting heli, but you can use it for defending from online raid. And these garage doors, basically, if the heli rockets you, just drop down. So now we'll head round to our final ladder hatch, which will take us up onto our roof. And as you can see, we've got a Samson on here because Fish insists on it, as he's paranoid that everybody's going to balloon onto your base with a couple of auto turrets. So now that's the base tour said and done, let's get right into the build. Right, so first things first, you've got to know this is 24-man clan base, so you've got to bear in mind that you're going to need a couple of guys watching your ass whilst you're doing this, and people bringing resources in for you, or you're going to have to build a temporary base and stick all your stuff there until you get your main bunker down. So let's get the bunker done. First thing you do, place a centre triangle foundation, and then off all 3 sides place a square like so, and then in between them squares you place 2 triangles. Then on the outside of your squares we want to place a triangle a step higher up like so. Then on your high triangles you want to place a half wall, and then you want to add 3 floor tiles. And then underneath them 3 floor tiles you can add roofs. Now that the floor tiles have got support from the roof, you can delete these half walls and replace them with full walls, because we're going to use these higher up in the build. Okay, so now to slap your TC in, you've got to bear in mind one of these points is your front, and that is where your TC will be facing. So this is my front side, my TC is going to be facing that way, so bear that in mind. We come down, we jump in, and we add 2 walls here like so, and then we add a half, well not half wall, a window frame after we've placed our TC. So place your TC like so, authorise on it, and then upgrade the foundation it's on, and then add your window. So now your bunker's kind of half done, we can start putting, well, upgrading stuff. The reason I haven't upgraded any already is because if you upgrade stuff in the wrong sequence, this just will not work. That's why it's easier to put it all down and then do it at the end. So these outer high triangles, we want them metal because we don't want anyone to pick them out. But why would you pick this out when there's a stone wall behind it, and if they take that out, they're only taking down a stone wall? So what's it metal? But let's make them metal anyway, just to deter picking. And then all your other foundations on the inside, upgrade them to stone. Then upgrade your window and 2 walls to metal. Then upgrade your roofs to metal also. Upgrade your walls and your floor tiles to stone. And then add a final floor tile in the centre like so. And upgrade that to stone. Now come round to the direction that I said was your front, the way your TC is facing. And then you want to place 3 garage doors like so, and then crawl through and do the same on the other side, as these are going to be little loot storage spaces where you can keep sources to quickly drop in your TC or hide your rockets and explosives in at the end of the night. So now they're down, upgrade to stone. Where's the other one? There it is. And then add a final door frame just here, which is going to be your entrance into your bunker. Then the rest of this can be walled off, so we're going to add walls all the way around and a wall at the back of these 2 makeshift loot rooms, as I said earlier. So slap your walls in. Obviously you've not got no clip, so you'll probably have to think about this a bit more and crawl around, but I've got no clip, which makes life easier. I'm going to use it. And then upgrade all them walls to stone. Add 6 more triangles over your gaps, and now on all 3 of your high triangles we're going to place 2 low triangles next to them. So 1 there, 1 there, and we're going to do the same on the other 2 sides. And then we can upgrade these 6 triangles to stone. Then next to them triangles you just placed, you're going to place a square on either side. And then in the gap that's been created, we're going to place a low triangle. And then upgrade all these to stone. Okay, now at the front where your door is, you're going to add 2 squares off these triangles. And then upgrade them to stone. And then on the other 2 ones, we're going to add 3 triangles instead of squares. And then we shall upgrade them to stone as we go around. So 3 more triangles around here. And voila. Okay, so this is your bunker in your outer ring, and everything around this is just honeycomb. This is what you're defending, and this will consist of like a last stand peek down and a 360 defendable area for your last stand to protect your TC. We'll get into that more later, you'll see what I mean. Me and Fish have been working on it all morning, and we think we've found a really nice idea and a way to do it. So now at your front, you're going to add a door frame on the right hand side. This will be made evident as we expand more, and upgrade that to stone. And then we're just going to simply add walls all the way around. Then once you've placed all them walls, upgrade them to stone. Place a wall here and upgrade this one to metal, and then add 2 more garage doors like so. This base is going to consist of a lot of garage doors because it's a 24-man clan base, and if you're all piling out, you don't want to be getting stuck in doorways. Okay, now for your centre bit. What's the point in having strong sides if it's only 1 floor tile to your TC? There is no point, is there? So place 3 walls around your TC, like so, and then we're going to add wall tiles off all the squares, and then we're going to place a triangle in the centre. If I can get it. There you go. Then upgrade all these to stone. And then add a final floor tile on top to cap it off. But make sure you upgrade that one first. And then add half walls around your squares just to defend up that centre triangle. That's what we're doing here. And then upgrade them all to stone. Then add half walls around the outside. And upgrade to stone. Then add one in between. Then add 6 floor tiles on top to cover up them gaps, and then your bunker is completely hidden and secure from above. Okay, so now we need to add a garage door here, and we're going to add a wall here like so, and we're going to upgrade these to metal and the wall frame to stone. And the idea here is your TC entrance is there, so if someone breaches through here, they're going to follow the garage doors rather than taking the metal and then the lead into there, and they're going to meet more metal again. So they're going to have to go all the way around or go through this age shit we've got going on in here. So now on all your high triangles, place 2 garage doors like so and upgrade to stone, because later on in the build these are going to be turret points that sit there and just span your base on all 3 sides, so you should be pretty safe and secure. Okay, so add another layer of walls around the outside. And then upgrade this layer to stone. Okay, so the request for this base was with defendable peak down points. One of our peak down points is going to be just here, like so. We're going to add 2 triangles there, and then we're going to upgrade these to stone. And then we're going to add a door frame in between just to segment it. Come on, you can do it. And upgrade that stone. And what this does is, if anybody is coming through there, you can defend, basically, through here. And we're going to have 4 shotgun traps, 1, 2, 3, 4, all pointing down, high up, so a person can't see them till they're too late. So now you've got that in, you want to place another wall here and upgrade this one to metal, because even if someone comes in here and tries to go up to get them in here, it's still bringing them to the same part of the base. You've not lost out, you've gained a bit if anything. So now we drop back down and we're going to add a final door frame there, and to get into this you're going to have to be a bit of a parkour legend, but I can manage it, so I don't see why anybody else should have problems. Add a floor tile on top here like so, as this is going to act like a point to jump up onto here, and that is your way up and down. You're going to have to do a bit of crouch jumping, but as I said, if I can do it, so can you. There's one, and then onto the other, and I'm fully up here. So now what we want to do up here is we're going to add floor squares off each of the triangles like the pattern below, and then we're going to add triangles in between. And then we're going to upgrade them to stone. And what this is this is your last stand point. So you fight the raider off. If they're coming for the door approach, that is, you fight them off from here, and then if they manage to get through here, you make your last stand up under this pagoda, like so. You can creep under, and it gives you really good cover. It's nice to peek down and get a few shots off. Okay, so now ladder hatch placement. Me and Fish, well, we decided on 2 placements on this. The first one is here, because even if someone gets into here and then decides to get up, they're going to meet your unlootables, and then they can't loot them because they've completely missed the TC. And then we're adding another one round here near your TC, so you can quickly get down to drop resources, and it's not AIDS for your clan. There's plenty of room for everybody to get out. So let's add another one here at the 3 o'clock position, as I'm going to call it. And then the rest of the base can be filled in with floor tiles on top, and then we can finish off our honeycomb. When you've placed all them, upgrade all that to stone, And that is the basis core of your base. From there you can really start building it out. Now you'll say, okay, so now we've got the outsides buttoned up, we're going to focus on the insides and our peak downs. It can be fairly insecure, but we can make it as secure as possible. Each and every square coming off your core, you want to add a triangle on your first floor level from the outer wall pointing in, like so. And then on the top level you want one pointing out. And then go round to your next square, same again, one in, top one out. Go round to the next square, one in, top one out. Go round to your final square, one in, one out, and then round to where your ladder hatch is, which I did earlier. So there you go, you see the pattern I've got going on there. Upgrade all them to stone to sneakily jump up and through. They're going to get killed by the auto turrets above whilst they're vulnerable and unable to do anything to avoid it. So now you've added all them in, now basically what you want to do is you want to make this as aids as possible to raid. So let's just add door frames all the way around the core. When you've done that, upgrade them all to stone. And then we need to have floor tiles on top of them, but not on our squares, as I mentioned earlier. We are done. Upgrade all them tiles just placed to stone. Add a garage door here, like so, if you can get it in the right spot. There we go. And upgrade to stone. Don't worry about it poking through, it's not going to interfere further up. Then we're going to add a wall here, and we shall upgrade this to metal and rotate it. Okay, and now for all your honeycomb, this is where it really gets fun. Add 2 triangles either side of your front squares, like so. Then add a square and a triangle off each of them 2 triangles you just placed. Then off your other 2 points, add a triangle. And then add 2 squares on both sides, followed by 2 more triangles. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing round this side. So add a triangle, 2 squares down both sides, and then finally 2 triangles. Now join up your honeycomb with a square and a triangle. And then on the rear, add a triangle and 2 squares off this triangle you're about to place. So not like that, lower, 1, 2, and then we're going to have 4 triangles in the gaps. Layer 1 of honeycomb complete. Add 4 triangles down all your double squares, should I say. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. Then off your front you need to add 5 triangles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add 2 squares either side, and then we're going to add 5 more triangles off these triangles. Add 2 more squares at the front. These are going to be auto turret points to defend you from all door campers. Then we're going to add 2 triangles on each side just to tidy it up. Now for these 2 sides we add 2 triangles in here, and then we do exactly the same round this side. And that is your floor plan. Upgrade all of this to stone. Okay, now for your door placement, you've really got to think about it as this is the only part of your honeycomb that you're going to be able to move throughout. The rest of it is all going to be honeycombed up and sealed. So let's add a door frame here just for a visual reference. This is going to be your front door. On this base we're opting for garage doors over normal doors because it's a 24-man clan base. You don't want to be piling through a little gap. So that's your front door. We're going to add one here and one here. These are both going to be auto turret points, so if anybody's door camping you, just open these up and let that deal with them. Then we're going to add a wall here and we're going to upgrade this to metal. And now you've got to think about which way we want them to come through. We want them to go this way like so, so we're going to add 2 walls to seal off your auto turret points and upgrade them to metal. And then we're going to add door frames all along here. Then upgrade these to stone. Now we're going to add another door frame here, which is going to progress you into the next section of door honeycomb. And upgrade that to stone, and then we're going to add 2 walls on these other 2 sections and upgrade these to metal. So now we're going to add 2 door frames on either side. These will lead to your auto turret points and upgrade them to stone. And then we're simply going to add more door frames down your door honeycomb section. Upgrade them to stone. So now for your auto turret points, add 2 door frames so you can get round to them, and these will be alternate exits as well, so like if someone's door camping you, you can open them 2 up, and like a couple of you can jump out this side, a couple of you jump out that side and kill them and loot them. So now that's the bases we've done. The rest of the base that you see, random twig wall, the rest of your base, this is all honeycomb. We're going to fill this with walls and we're going to upgrade them to stone. So I'm probably going to skip forward here or do a fast forward montage or something like that. So let's add some walls. Oh, and thank God you don't know how long that took. So that is your ground floor done. Now what you've got to do after this is you place floor tiles on all of this, and then you repeat to bring your honeycomb up to your 2nd level. So I'm probably going to cut forward again. All this needs to be stone, so just slack floor tiles down, upgrade to stone, and then start adding honeycomb again. Oh, thank God, that took far too long. Now add walls around your existing floor tiled areas, just as a visual marker this is, so you know where you're at. So wall all array. And upgrade these to stone. Then add floor tiles on your honeycomb. Right, once all them added, upgrade to stone. And then we're just going to add walls around the outside and honeycomb this layer again. Okay, so that is 3 layers of honeycomb complete. Now it's time to work on your loot rooms. Okay, so now we reach the beginning of your loot room floors. What we're going to do is we're going to add walls around all our squares. Do the same on your ladder hatch. Okay, so now you need to decide where your ladder hatch is going to go. Because it's 24-man clan, we're going to have 2 ladder hatches on each floor. So we will place one on the opposite side of this. And then we'll place one next to your existing one like so. And then we're going to upgrade all of these to metal. Then upgrade your ladder hatches to stone. Okay, so now you've got them squares in place, we're going to add garage doors on your ladder hatch sections, like so. And then we're going to see these 6 triangles, we're going to add a ladder hatch, not a ladder hatch, I mean a door frame on your 6 triangles, and these are going to become research areas, respawn points, whatever you need. Then upgrade all them to stone. And then add a final one here at your 6 triangle ladder hatch. And now for all the extra loot rooms, we're going to add half wall in all of them. And then we're going to add a floor tile on top. Then we're going to delete the half walls and replace with windows. Upgrade everything to metal. Okay, so now it's time to add some floor tiles. Okay, now because stone cost is getting a bit heavy, we're going to do this entire layer of floor tiles out of metal. Done. Add 3 doorways on these 3 squares. And then join them up with walls around your original core. And then upgrade your doorways to stone. And upgrade the walls to metal. Add walls on all of your squares like so. And upgrade these to metal. Add door frames on the 3 triangles, as these are going to act like respawn points, and then on both of your ladder hatches and doors, and upgrade them to stone, and the rest are going to become loot rooms. Okay, so now all your designated loot rooms, we're going to add a half wall in front of them, and then we're going to do the usual thing. So once you've added your half wall, add floor tile on top, delete the half wall, and then replace with windows. Upgrade to metal. Okay, so you see your diamond light double triangles on the outside. There are 5 of them. Here's one of them here. We are going to go up to it and we are going to place a window either side. And then we're going to place 2 half walls and then 2 more on top. Delete the bottom 2 and replace with low walls. Then we're going to upgrade them to metal. Repeat that on all 5 of these diamonds. Voila! And now your base should look like that. Then in all the gaps, add another window. And then upgrade them to metal. The reason we're going metal is because theoretically you might be fighting the heli from here, so we want it to stand up to a few rockets a lot better than the rest of the base. Right, now for the front of the base, we are going to add 2 more windows. That one's backwards, which isn't good. Let's just rotate them. And the rest of them good. Yeah. So we are going to add another window on each side, like so. And then we're going to add windows along the front. Then we're going to add 2 walls in the gaps. Then we're going to upgrade all this to metal. Okay, so on all the triangle slits you just placed, we need to add wall frames. What this will do is will negate any splash damage and any godlike rocket firing shots that come through there. It's highly unlikely and very difficult to get a rocket in through that gap, but everybody seems to think all the kids are doing it nowadays, so we'll just do this to prevent that. And then when you've added all them, upgrade them to stone. Voila! Okay, round your front doorway, add 2 walls like so, and then add door frames. This is going to be a nice little turret point, and in case anybody tries a sneaky approach through your window layer, this is going to prevent them with a locked door honeycomb. And then what we want to do is we want to add 2 door frames on each of these exterior doors, just to make it easier for you and your clan to pile out. Okay, so where all your loot rooms are, we're just going to toughen up this area a little bit. We're going to put 2 walls here. I'm going to upgrade stone. There's no point putting one in the middle. It's just a waste of resources at this point. Then go round to your next loot room and add 2 more walls. If it will allow me to place. There we go. And upgrade these to stone. Do this on all of them. Okay, so for the rest of this floor, we're just going to add wall frames, and there's a few reasons for this. It aids to raid. You open them all up and you still got room to move around, and you're securing the top of your base. Another reason for this is If you're fighting the heli and God forbid you lose a few walls on the side, you can just slap these garage doors down and your base is still secure until you repair it. Or if you're being raided, someone's rocked in this level. So once you've placed all these, upgrade them to stone. And voila, there is one Mega Raid shooty floor. Okay, so next add a wall around your ladder hatch like so and upgrade this to metal. Then we're going to add door frames all the way around the inner just to make it super raids if they manage to get into this centre. Once placed, upgrade to stone. Okay, next place 2 ladder hatches the opposite side of the one below, so we want one over here, and same again over this side. We're going to place a ladder hatch here, and then we're going to upgrade both of these to stone. Next we're going to fill in this whole layer with metal floor tiles. Done. Okay, next add 2 doorways like so on either side of this, and then we're going to join them up with 2 walls, and then we're going to add walls around your original core like so. So basically this center triangle that I'm looking at here. So let's go round. When you see it visually, it will make more sense. So your original footprint, and then we're going to add a wall on the inside next to these 2 doors, and then we're going to add 2 door frames like so. Upgrade your doorways and door frames to stone, and then upgrade the rest to metal. Voila! No, I missed one. Now add another wall here on the inside of them 2 doorways you just placed, and upgrade these 2 to metal, and then add another wall 90 degrees off, upgrade that to metal. Now we're going to add 2 more door frames like so, and upgrade them to stone. Add 2 more walls either side like so, and upgrade these to metal, and then you are going to add 2 more door frames in case anybody tries to door raid you via the roof. Add walls on your triangles, then upgrade these to metal, and then add walls on the inside of the walls you just placed, and this basically just securing up your top so it's not an easy raid. As up here you're going to have gear sets, lockers and whatever you need to get out onto your roof quickly and fight with. So now that's done, we're going to add a wall here, and we're going to create a little respawn point here, a nice safe respawn point, and then we're going to door frame all of this little bit up and upgrade to stone. Now to make this even more mega raids, we're going to door frame the center and then around the outside. Upgrade them to stone. Okay, so next we're going to add a ladder hatch on any of these 3 center squares. I'm going to pick this one just here and upgrade it to stone. Then we're going to fill in the rest of this with floor tiles and upgrade them to metal. Okay, so next we're going to add walls around your original footprint, which is like so. And then we're going to upgrade all of these to metal. Now at the front we're going to add 2 roofs. And what this is doing is just defending your ladder hatch, that's all it's doing, and it's cheaper than having a wall and a floor tile on top. So place another one there, upgrade both of these to metal, and then add a wall on both sides. Make sure you don't lock yourself in. and then we are going to place floor tiles on top, but first we're going to place a ladder hatch. And you don't want your ladder hatch on the outside because this is going to be a little shooty tower floor, so you want your ladder hatch on the free inside. So I'm just going to place a temporary wall and then place a ladder hatch there and fill in the rest with floor tiles. Once done, delete your temporary wall and then upgrade this to metal. So the floor below is become another gear set respawn point, and this is going to be your main tower up on the top of your base, but it's separate from your main base. So now let's just drop down and have a look at that. So imagine that with lockers all the way around the outside, bags all the way on the inside. You can drop down to get to your shooty floor, or you can go up to get to your tower. So now we have windows all the way around the outside. And then upgrade these to metal. Okay, now finally we're at the roof. Just add floor tiles around. You may run into some stability issues here, but don't worry, just keep going round, because as I get the square in there, it will support this triangle here, if that makes any sense. And then upgrade these to metal. And then we're going to stick a SAM sight on top, because Fish is paranoid about people ballooning onto the top of your base, and we are done.